Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Deanin It Yourself. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to install one of these towel bars in your bathroom. In quick and easy steps. It should take you maybe 5 minutes. Stay tuned to the video and I'll show you guys how to install it. Alright guys, welcome back to the video. Today's video, I'm here in my bathroom. My wife asked me to upgrade our towel bars, so I figured I'd take a little time to show you guys how to do it. This is a quick and easy method. They're pretty simple to install. It shouldn't take you more than 5 to 10 minutes. And you know, with this simple upgrade, you can definitely put some nice added upgrades to your bathroom. The first thing you want to do is locate where you want to install your towel bar. I've chosen this wall behind me here and I want to install it somewhere on the wall here. A good height is 52 inches and for me that works, so I'm going to put it at 52 inches. But again, this can vary depending on how tall you are or what your preference is. It really is all up to you. But usually between 48 and maybe 52, 55 inches is probably the standard where a lot of people like to install their towel bars. All right, let's jump into it. There are a couple things you guys are going to need for this, but the tools aren't expensive and you probably have them lying around the house somewhere. You're going to need a tape measure. You're going to need a level of some sort, maybe a small level, but at least a level. You're going to need a screwdriver, maybe a drill, and a pencil. All right, let's jump into the video. Before we begin, there are a few things you should already know and have them in mind before you start the job. One of the things is these towel bars are installed with these clips here, which are anchored to the wall. And there's a Allen key here that you tighten to hook the actual towel bar onto this clip. One of the things you want to know before you begin is the actual distance between these two clips here, between the center holes that have to get mounted to the wall. So what I did is, what you can do is before you begin, you can take your tape measure and you can actually measure between the holes. And here I have 16 inches. So I know that when I do my mounting clips, I need to mount them 16 inches apart. All right. Once you know that, that's probably the most important thing you're going to know, other than making sure that you keep them at the same height so that your bar is level. All right, now let's begin. All right, the first thing I want to do is I want to locate my first anchor. And I know that I want to put my height of my towel bar at 52 inches. So the first thing I want to do is I want to measure 52 inches and make a mark with my pencil. And that's going to be the location of the center hole of my first anchor. The next thing I want to do is you want to take your anchor and you want to make sure that it's level. So what I like to do is I like to take a small bubble level and make a line perfectly vertical passing through that point. There you go. So now I know that that line is completely level. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and position my clip. And that's the center point here. And this is going to be my hole here. So I'm going to put a mark here. And that looks relatively center. I'm going to put it here. So these things are only held in place by drywall anchors. So if you guys don't have any in the packs that you get, you can always pick up a set from your local hardware store and these will work fine. The next thing we want to do is we want to make holes so we can insert our anchors in. A lot of times the instructions that come with your towel bar is going to tell you to use a drill, but I like to use a screwdriver. It works just the same, but if you have a drill, you can use it. What I like to do is I'll position my screwdriver and you just turn it and push. And there you go. And now you've made your first hole, and you repeat the process for your second hole. Okay, and now you have your 2 holes made. You can go ahead and insert your drywall anchors. If the drywall anchors are a little too big, you can always use your screwdriver and round out the hole just a little bit, just to give you a little bit more space. Again, this is in lieu of you not having a drill. If you have a drill with the proper size drill bit, you can use that. And now with your drywall anchors, you can go ahead and put them in. And knock them in. Okay. Repeat the step with the second drywall anchor. You can go ahead and put it in and use a hammer to knock it in. Alright guys, now that you have your drywall anchors inserted, you can go ahead and position your clip. And what you want to make sure you do when you position your clip here is there's a spot out a notch on the bottom. You want to make sure that's facing down. That's where you're going to tighten your Allen screw to clamp onto this. Before we put in our clip here, we want to put our holes, put a mark opposite where we know where our grab bar is going to go. And we know that it's 16 inches away. So I'm going to put my mark here, and at 16 inches I'm going to make another mark. Now the idea is we need to make sure that this line is level. So what I'm going to do is I am going to measure 52 inches from the floor, which is going to be at my center point right here. And likewise I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make another mark like I did here, and I have this point as 52 inches. I'm going to transfer that to the other side at 52 inches just to make sure that my line is level. So at 52 inches I should be right around here. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to make sure that my 2 lines are level. In order to make sure that my line is level, I'm going to use a level and place it here between the 2 points that I marked. And as you can see from my bubble level, here's my point, and it's at the right height. So this right here, I'll make a line, and I'll make sure that 16 inches crosses that line. I can use my small level, and now I know that the distance between here and here is 16 inches, and they're at the same height. Now I can go back, now you go back to the first hole that you made with your first marks, and you can go ahead and put your screws in. Remember, keep this notch lined up at the bottom so that your screw can catch when you tighten it. We want to make this as centered as possible, so try and keep it in the center. Keep your screw in the center along the line, as you can see there. All right, and now we've installed our first one. Now we can go ahead and jump to the second one. Using the same method as before, we're going to locate the holes for the clips, and we're going to make the holes with our screwdriver and then insert our plastic inserts. Now we can go ahead and tighten our screws, and we're almost ready. We're almost done installing the bar. Remember to make sure that the little notch is facing down. Now that we have our two clips installed, we can go ahead and put our grab bar on the wall, and it should snap on perfectly. The only thing that we're waiting on now is we got to tighten these screws under here with an Allen key, and that should be it. Here's the Allen key that's provided, and usually this is the worst part, because you have to go bit by bit and very slow to tighten these things, but it is what it is, and a little bit of patience, you'll be able to get it. Now we just repeat the process on the opposite side. One thing you want to do when you're tightening these is make sure when you get to the end, don't over tighten them, because sometimes if you want to remove them years later and they're too tight and the screws become rusted or old and you can strip them out, it becomes a pain in the ass, and then you have to basically damage the whole wall just to get this piece out. Okay, and that's it. And now we're done. All right guys, welcome back. That wasn't too bad. We got our towel bar installed, and this is something you definitely can do on your own. Don't be intimidated by it. It's literally just a screwdriver, a level, a pencil, and a tape measure. So if you guys want to tackle this job, I highly suggest it. Go for it. It's not that complicated. Our towel bar is installed, and it is level. It's at the perfect height that I want it at. So once again, I hope you guys will tackle this project. If you guys ever thought about it before, go ahead, do it. Once again, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.